Hi, Dr. Eric.
Hi,
Let's
Rena.
talk about the doshas today because a big part of the spring cleanse is our doshas, isn't it?
Well, it's important to know what dosha you have out of balance so you can fine tune your lifestyle, and especially something like a cleanse.
Absolutely. How can someone very quickly figure out what dosha is out of balance?
Well, I think some of the dosha questionnaires are valid, but also it's just paying attention to the qualities that you're experiencing. I think everyone knows what feeling heavy is or feeling light, whether they feel slow or fast, maybe they feel dull or sharp. So it's knowing those opposite qualities, those 10 pairs of opposite qualities, and trying to assess where you're at on that spectrum, and then knowing which doses correlate with the different qualities so that you can tell what's out of balance. But questionnaires can be very helpful.
Here's what I've also found, and let's kind of go through each of the doshas and see if we can do some of that 80-20 rule where 80% of your imbalances can be figured out by just a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Although absolutely we'll put a link in to one of the more comprehensive questionnaires. So the first thing I've heard is that if your pitta is out of balance, you're going to feel angry, irritable, edgy, sort of red, rashed up. Is that true?
Yeah, I think especially the mental pitta imbalance will make you have hot type emotions.
Okay. And what about on the physical side, beyond the rashes,
Well,
hives,
yeah,
allergies?
rashes, heat in the system, acid indigestion, um, things that are both fiery and also liquid,
Okay.
because those are the elements of
And this is
pitta.
especially really important for any women that are going through perimenopause, menopause. Why? Because I've been there and I know that's how it works. I'm a vata, I'm actually tridoshic with always a slight vata imbalance. But boy, ever since I got into the perimenopause and then the menopause stage, it's always been my pitta that's completely off. So I think those women in sort of that 40s to late 50s need to kind of watch out for that. And of course, a spring cleanse is going to help bring that hot, fiery, brashy pitta under control. Let's talk vata for a moment. So vata, as I understand, is where if you're starting to feel anxiety, nervousness, jitteriness, like you're talking too fast, you're walking too fast, you're forgetting things, that's typically a symptom of vata. Talk a little bit about that. What are other symptoms of an imbalance of a vata?
Yeah, well, vata in the mind, as you mentioned, it creates like an anxiety or worry, difficult concentrating. Maybe you find yourself being a little flaky or flighty, missing appointments, showing up late, can't keep things organized. In the physical body, it manifests as a dryness often. You may have dry stools, you may have dry skin, you may feel like your joints are stiff and dry. Also a mobile quality, so you may feel restless, agitated. You may not be able to calm yourself down or sit for meditation. These kind of things are manifestations of vata imbalances in the body.
Wonderful. The last one is the kapha imbalance, which, as I understand, is the predominant imbalance when you're coming out of winter because the body tends to want to hold on to things. And as I've heard, kapha imbalances can be sort of the weight gain, the bloating, the complete lack of interest in moving, sort of that sluggishness, that fatigue. So share a little bit more about the kapha imbalance.
Yeah, so kapha imbalance in the mind tends to manifest as a laziness, maybe a depression, a lack of motivation, a lack of creativity. You sort of feel like you don't have any momentum to actually do anything new. Physically, it's a heavy dosha. It leads to weight gain, sluggishness. It may lead to just like a thickness and like coating on the tongue, and just sort of you're just slow basically. And so you need to antidote that by doing something like a spring cleanse that get you moving and get you detoxifying and get you kind of out of that kapha lull that you may have gotten into during the kapha season, which is the
Mhm.
late winter and spring in North America and most parts of North America.
You know what I love about your program, Dr. Eric, is that each of these dosha imbalances has a pretty specific sort of a protocol with it. And the recipes that we've included give people options in terms of making sure that you're balancing all three out. So, you know, right? So if you join the boot camp, what's great, it doesn't matter which of these is out of balance. Once you've figured out what's out of balance, you can lean more heavily towards balancing that. But the recipes, the healing drinks, their goal is to balance all three of the doshas out.
Yeah, it's appropriate for anybody, no matter what their doshic imbalance. But then on the, you know, on the live calls, we can talk about actually how to fine tune it. Sometimes people who have too much kapha, they're okay with coffee, for example, whereas a vata person and a pitta person shouldn't drink coffee. So there are some modifications that can be made based on somebody's doshic imbalance, and that's the beauty of Ayurveda and its personalized approach.
Absolutely. It truly is a brilliant ancient program that we're starting to see a lot more adoption of, which is exciting. So I hope you will also try it as you are out there looking at, you know, what is this program and how is it going to work? It's definitely an ancient proven program that absolutely does work. And we're bringing the best of that into our spring cleanse program. So supplements, last question, supplements. What supplements, are there supplements in the spring cleanse?
Well, certainly they're not necessary, but you know, for some people, they may find that they benefit from the addition of, you know, protein powders that have detoxifying nutrients, or certain other binders that can bind up toxins in the gut. But by no means is it required to take supplements.
Okay, great. So as you heard, you know, there aren't hundreds or thousands of dollars of additional things you need to order. There is in fact nothing. You know, once you've signed up, you are pretty much just on a very natural purchased food diet, like just the way you would cook at home for yourself. All right, wonderful. Dr. Eric, thank you so much for all that great wisdom on the doshas. And for the rest of you, we hope to see you on our Spring Cleanse Bootcamp. Take care, stay smiling. Thank you, Dr. Eric.
Thank you.